Got my mic was muted. Hello, Rand. Hello, Anissa. My day's been going pretty good, Rand, except I couldn't find the game I wanted to stream today, so I just went with what I wanted to stream tomorrow instead. So, I mean, it works out. I hope the music I'm playing is nice and not... Why is Discord making noise? Discord shouldn't be making noise. Hold up. I need to make sure streamer mode is on. Alright, Rand. Make absolute sure streamer mode is on. There we go. I mean, if you say so. I wouldn't say my streams are more important than memes. Oh, this truck has a horrible horn. Oh. Why? Why does this have to have a horrible horn? I am very close to 300. I noticed that today, and it's kind of spooky. It's like, jeez. Also, this will be in freedom units for a while, because I just remembered everything's set to miles per hour, but I've spent long enough in menus that I don't want to spend longer in menus. Beep beep indeed. I just wish this horn was actually good. I mean, the turn indicator has a good noise to it. Yes, that is entirely how I pick trucks in any trucking sim. Does it sound good? Like, is the horn good, and is the turn indicator good? This is a nice tick. And I know I've said it a few times, but really of the music I have playing is audible, but not, like, too loud. I have Final Fantasy Radio playing on my browser, and just kind of hoping it isn't going to use so much RAM that it wrecks everything. Oh, it's dropping. What is the point of that 50 zone? I'm confused. That happens a lot with this game. I mean, I can crash the truck, but I would make less money. And this tutorial job already doesn't pay well, so I mean... Once I get my own truck in this game, then I'll crash it into something. Though, the buses in Euro Truck will probably crash into me first. The buses are jerks. I'm coming up on a roundabout, or the thing that I still don't really understand how they work. I've had people explain to me how these things work, but I still just kind of wing it. Like, there's a lot of road here. It's fine. This is fine. This is totally how roundabouts work. I mean, I got through it fine. Now, how bad is this gonna be? Oh, that's gonna be horrible. How about let's play it safe? I want only 15 more experience. I am bad at backing trucks up. As, you know, one might expect. Oh, I actually don't know what the button is gonna be for this. I forgot to set that up. Will there be a button? Oh, there is a button. Okay. There we go. It's actually the button I would have set it to anyway. See, I got like no money from that, because I'm just a newbie. And tutorial job is like, drive 10 feet! Ta-da, you're there! I just really hope this stream doesn't get blocked. This is my headquarters! Look at it! It's beautiful! I hope everything there is locked into the ground. Yeah, I don't have any trucks yet. Once I start getting money, I can buy a truck, though. Let's job market, quick job. And I'm in Manchester, so I'll be going from Manchester to everywhere. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Well, I'm taking this job no matter what it is now. My controller's a little janky. Sometimes the buttons think they were pressed twice when they were not. Oh, this one also has a horrible horn. Oh, it's the same model of truck. That'd probably be why. Why is my seat got red on it and that one doesn't? I suppose this is the red thing. This is just a gaming chair! Wait, this is exactly the place I just delivered something to. It's like, yeah, I'll just take your tractors. In the same truck I just brought it here, I think. Alright, the advertisements. Because Final Fantasy Radio has... I don't know if they're legit or fake advertisements. It's just randomly you'll hear Japanese voices talking. It's great. Hey, I'm pulling out here. Everyone hold on. This is gonna be fine. I have new mail. It'll be the bank going, hey, we can give you money, and then you can buy a truck. And then you'll owe us money. And we want that, because then we make money. It's like, oh, well, I don't want that. I don't want to owe the bank money. That's bad. Turning here. I don't know why that... Well, that just happened. I don't know why that white car was sitting there and then I just crashed into something. It's probably why they were sitting there. They were scared for their lives. I really wish I had an actual, like, steering wheel for this. That'd be great. As you can see my actual driving skills, which I have none of. I legit do not know how to drive. Now I wait for stoplights. Because I don't have the money to really pay that ticket. Once you get, like, really far in these games, the laws really stop mattering as much. Like, once you're making a good, like, 50,000 a job, red lights don't matter anymore. Just blow through it. It's only, like, 200 euros. Just ignore it. It's nothing. I forgot how much I liked Final Fantasy Radio. Just sitting here like, oh man, I like this music. So yeah, it's Final Fantasy music. How could I not like it? But literally everything I've learned about driving, I have learned from this game. And American Truck Simulator now. Hey, Mr. Orange Truck, I need out here. Thanks. It's good, and it hopefully won't get blocked around the world. Because that's what happened to my last American Truck stream. Because I had, like, an actual radio station or two playing, and yeah. The rights holders did not like that much. They, started fighting with each other over who got the copyright claims, and then seemingly they just got sick of fighting over it and went, you know what, no, I'm just gonna block it everywhere. If I can't have the ad money, you can't have the ad money. Even though there's no ad money, because I don't have ads. So you might be wondering, why are you only going 56 if the limit is 60? This truck will not go any faster than 56. Like, it could theoretically go faster, but it won't. It's just like, nah, don't wanna. Well, it has like a... Well, it will go faster, it just... I can't make it go faster. Unless I'm going down a hill. Whoa. And that is why you should not text to drive. I just looked at the screen and switched the lanes. To work the chat. I keep looking at the chat. Sprites. I think that's what you're saying. Or spirits. Could be one of the two. Could be either. Could be both. I'm bad at words. Ah, nice. Canada is a very nice place. As long as it's not Quebec. I don't know why Ryan wants to go there. Quebec is just kinda... Quebec is Quebec. Whoa. I need to really be paying attention. There's turns and stuff. I've learned this sign with the line through it. That means things go back to how they were before the last sign. Now I can set my thing again. My cruise control. Control the cruise. Oh, did that not actually set? I don't know if it did or not. I am losing speed, but I'm also going uphill, which is probably why. This truck doesn't exactly have... Okay, it does have an indicator. I can see it now. It's like... Whoa, moving the camera. It's the little 55 in there under the 12. Very nice countryside, this. Yep, still got tractors back there. I'll stop messing with the camera now. I'll be a responsible driver. I say as I immediately look over at the chat. Boss. I honk my weak horn at you. Oh, I need to be in that lane. Yellow car, I need to be in that lane. Yellow car, I need to be in that lane! Freaking yellow cars. I mean, you missed me being very irresponsible with the camera. Um, you definitely missed that. Alright. That's cool. I should probably be in the left lane. Might be a good idea. I think you came back just in time for the yellow car to be a villain. Little jerk was trying to block me. Well, I say that. It's more I wasn't looking that far ahead on the GPS. So... 50. I'm already going 50. I've thought of it, but the last truck stream being blocked has kinda... I'm testing the waters with video game music now via Final Fantasy Radio. And if this doesn't get blocked, I'm fine with copyright claims. If Square Enix wants to claim this, then they're gonna claim it. There's no arguing that. But, yeah, I don't exactly want the streams to end up getting blocked. Which is why, like I said, I have Final Fantasy Radio playing. Mostly because it was just the only video game themed radio station I could think of. Like, if I was doing it, like, exclusive, like, if I was doing all this exclusively on Twitch, then I would probably be all for that, because Twitch is much more lenient. At least for now. I imagine at some point they'll probably start cracking down on it too. Because, I mean, I enjoy hearing new music, so... it would be very nice to, like, just... take requests, or, you know... But YouTube says no. It's more the copyright holders say no. Bus, why are you going so slow? Oh, Medina? I believe that would be your name. But Bus, why are you... Bus? I honk my terrible horn at you. Oh jeez, and the bus is going the same way I'm going. Of course it is. Frickin' buses. Yeah, the bus is literally going the same place I'm going. What is it with buses? I don't know. I legit don't even know what my most popular video is. I tend to not look at the numbers for anything. So if I had to guess, I'd probably say it would be one of my Animal Crossing things. mean, this is kind of a normal game. It's just a trucking simulator. A remarkably good one. That is also much more fun than it probably looks. Though, no joke, I do love how European stoplights work. Just the fact that they go from red to orange to green, then green, orange, then red. That way you have a warning of start and a warning of stop, which is just kind of nice. I might actually be able to do this one. I'm gonna give this one a go. But where do you need it? No cars. It is a trucking simulator. As in, the entire thing is pulling stuff like this around. So... Oh jeez. Okay. I mean, I can't do it at the moment, but I can accept your friend request later. Okay, this is gonna be much harder than that made it look. So, I think I can still do this. Oh. I'm sure he might as well. Oh, this is far from right. Aha! It's good enough, apparently. Now, let's see if I can remember which of these was good to grab. I think explosives. Yeah, I'll take the ability to carry explosives. Mail, yes, I don't care about either of that. Well, this is the best paying job, at least per mile. Wait, this is the same per what? Oh, this is way over here. Why do I know of this town? I mean, okay. I'll carry more tractors. So, if you're referring to if this is on mobile, this is not a mobile game. This is a PC game. So, if I forget... yeah, that's the... Ah, jeez. What is it with these sad horns? This is Germany, so right side of the road. Oh, jeez. Can't remember the button for air horn. So maybe this will have an air horn that's actually good. I missed my Volvo truck from my personal save. It had a good horn. Not this. It's like Morse code thing. I mean, it's about as easy as you'd expect. It takes a bit of getting used to. Mostly just how big the truck is takes getting used to. From what a lot of people have said, and I can't confirm this, I don't drive. It is like properly like weighty and like it basically apparently feels like actually driving one of these trucks. Oh, that is like the worst position for lights. I'm probably just too far ahead, but Alright, Rand, have a good night. Bus, could you go, bus? I was supposed to say 70, what? This is kilometers. Because it's Germany. This is the thing with Eurotruck, is it's like... The UK, everything is, you know, on the left and in miles per hour. / freedom units, and then you get the rest of the game is on kilometers an hour on the right. I am also kind of a little far to the right. That's not good. I'm just glad that that stoplights are standardized. At least in their color scheme and positioning. Yeah, to kind of continue explaining for people who are still here, this game's driving becomes harder the faster you go, as you would expect. Like, if I were to have just blazed down that little road I just came down at, like, you know, 50 or 60 miles per hour, yeah, I might have actually toppled over. For a good reason. Wonder if I've ever been posted on Twitter. Like, thinking I haven't made a Miiverse post, so I doubt I ever would be. Though I suppose if there was anybody like posting every one of like the 10 times wins and stuff from Splatfest, I'm probably on there a bunch of times. actually a little surprising that the whole selfie thing kind of died off when it comes to Splatoon. Like, I remember even when I got into the first Splatoon, which was well into the end of its life cycle, like, the Miiverse posts were still a lot of, like, hey, selfie kind of stuff, and then you just don't see that with Splatoon 2. You do, however, see a lot of LGBTQ plus ABC stuff. Which, yeah. I'm bi and I still don't want to see that. I'd rather see good art. Or funny posts. But maybe I'm just weird. I'm probably just weird. Well, I must be. But... And it's now that I realize one of these days that's probably going to be taken out of context. Like, people are just going to take that, cut out the whole me mentioning I'm bi bit, and, yeah. Oh well. Could probably take a lot of what I said out of context. Well, a lot of what I say out of context. So, because I haven't seen you around before, I must ask, what is your main in Splatoon, Medina? Hope I'm saying your name right, by the way. If I'm saying it wrong, please correct me and I will try to say it right. The longer I have Final Fantasy Radio playing, the more I remember why I like having it on. It's been a while since I've had it on. Just in general. It's usually something I would throw on like whenever I was writing for quite a while. Birds! Yeah, this is actually a part of Euro Truck I don't think I've ever really been in. Like, anytime I've played this, I've usually just stuck exclusively to the UK. But I mean, where they want to leave Europe... I'm gonna laugh if the developers, as like an April Fool's joke, just remove the UK from this game. That would be great. That'd be the kind of April Fool's joke I would do if I had a game like this. But I also don't think I'd ever make a game like this. Too much detail work. Though I say that like I'd actually be doing the art. I probably would not be the one doing the art. I don't want the game to actually look good. Oh, jeez. Sorry, boss. Blame the red truck. I think that's red. I don't know. Blame the other truck. Oh, now I need to get back over there. Because I need to go this way. Oh, this looks like it's gonna be an experience to drive on. Okay. Oh, jeez. Yeah, 50. Like, hell am I doing that? Yeah, it's down to 30. That makes sense. I don't know where the sign for that was, but you know. Yield, that means generally stop. At least look. Okay. I don't like these European roads. You're all this land, and everything's so small and narrow. No passing. I know what that means. I also know what the just solid line means. And now you can pass again. For the short bit, now you can't. If it's a solid line, no crossing. If it's not solid, you can cross it. This song seems remarkably louder than the others. I might actually turn the music down a little bit. My cat keeps coming in, looking at me expectingly. I'm guessing she wants more food in her dish. Car! Why? You're supposed to yield, you know? That's what the sign means. But no, just gotta ram headlong into the trucks. Oh, what way is it? Okay, it goes the other way. Okay. So say, oh god, what way does these things go like this? Sorry, car. I didn't even see it. And that's why roundabouts are probably not more common in North America. It's people like me. In my defense, I really don't know how they work. I just kind of wing it and hope. And in that case, it just didn't work. Sorry, sign. How important could that have been? It's still kind of standing up. Okay. That's gonna be difficult. I could do that. Yeah, that would have been really difficult because they wanted it right in there. See, I could do that one. That one's easy. Oh, I wasn't penalized? The truck took damage. I guess they don't care. Drivers with their own equipment need. I don't have my own equipment. I have like 9,000 euros. That is not enough for a truck. You need like 40, 50,000 for that. Okay, well, that's a job I've already done. I want to get more places. Oh, jeez. I'd like more places in, you know, UK. I'm more used to these roads. Yeah, that'll work. Just carry a ventilation shaft. I was gonna turn the music down. Well, I can still do that. I can't do it from in-game, so everything's about to be frozen looking. So I need to Alt-Tab. Because it's running through my browser, which is probably not the best thing to be doing. Oh, come on, computer. You can handle this, computer. I mean, you can't really, but you're trying your best, computer. And that's all that matters. I mean, I know most of the issue is with Chrome right now. I don't know why web browsers are so demanding on RAM. Like, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. That's probably better. It's at 20 now, so it should still be audible, but... Oh, this one has a decent horn. I mean, it's not very loud, but it's better. Okay, how do I get out of here? Over there, okay. Oh, that's a satisfying tick for the turn signal. I don't know why people wouldn't use their turn indicators more. They make such satisfying clicking noises. I'm on the wrong side of the road. This is why this game can trip you up. Nothing quite like coming from Europe and going back into the UK, and everything becomes backwards. I have no idea what the voices are saying. These voices in my head. Well, I basically know that. She was asking what. You know, what someone was doing. I'm pretty sure. This truck has a lot of get up and go, so that might be because it's not carrying much weight. It is only carrying 4 tons. Which is positively light for a truck like this. The rest of the truck probably weighs more. Oh, hi Final Fantasy IX. Controversial opinion time. Final Fantasy VII is terrible, and Final Fantasy IX is the game everyone should be, you know, going kind of gaga over. Oh, the music stopped. Sad face. Right? There it goes. It's kind of thing with the internet radio stations. It just occasionally dies. Like, everyone kind of, like, loses their minds for Final Fantasy VII. And I honestly get the feeling all of these people have just never played Final Fantasy IX. They played 8, saw how bad that was, and was like, oh, okay. Because the spectacle of 9 was not the same as the spectacle of 7. 7 got by on visuals. Like, that's how it won people over. Was it looked pretty at a time where games didn't really look pretty. Which is why the remastering is gonna suck. I don't even think it's out yet. I know they've released a remaster of 8. And it has not been received well. I say Final Fantasy 8 was bad. 8 wasn't terrible. It was better than 7, but as far as the Final Fantasy goes anyway, it's definitely one of the weaker games. But like 4, 6, and 9 are just like the best. And 13 needs to go die. But, you know. I have absolutely really no opinion on 13.2 or 13.3. Because 13 itself was so bad, I never even bothered with playing the other 2 games. I'll stop now. I'm ruining this beautiful music. I should play Final Fantasy IX on stream at some point. I know I want to do an actual, like, video series on it. But for the video series, I'd actually want to be more concerned with showing, like, secrets and stuff that I know of. With streaming, I'm not going to be that concerned with doing that, unless it's something that's really good to go and grab. Like, there are so many hidden items in that game. It's a little unreal. I'm confident I know where most of them are. Just turn my headlights on. I also probably spent way too long as a kid playing the card game in Final Fantasy IX. Apparently the one in 8 is better, but I honestly don't think so. But that's probably just nostalgia. You like whichever one you played first between the 2 card games in the games. I honestly don't know why Square hasn't just brought one of those games back, like the card games. They could probably make bank doing that. But they haven't. I mean, it would have been like the perfect time to bring them back, like around like the Hearthstone craze. Because, you know, the hype around Hearthstone's kind of died off now. Which I also find a bit funny how now is the time that Wizards of the Coast made their Hearthstone response, basically. By making a mobile card game that's basically just Hearthstone, but more unbalanced. Because Hearthstone is remarkably balanced as a game. Like, I suppose I can't speak for their newest sets, because I haven't played in like half a year. But when I last played, I could still take my Wizard starter deck, make a couple minor changes to it, and still easily hold my own. Because so many of those cards are still staples. Like, I think it was Flame Strike, the 7-cost card that deals 4 damage to all of your opponent's creatures. That is still really good. Like, that is still basically a board wipe on turn 7. Most 2-cost cards tend to still be 2-3 or 3-2. So there's no real, like, big loss to be playing the vanilla 2-3s and 3-2s, because you're still set. Like, you're still on the power curve. You may not have, you know, abilities, but there's still a reason to play them. Especially because a lot of the lower cost abilities don't tend to be that impactful. And the ones that are impactful, well, they're not impactful enough to actually do a whole lot. Like, oh man, the 1-2 spider that when it dies gives you 2 1-1 spiders. A lot of people were playing that, but it still wasn't exactly good enough to even warrant generally playing it over many other 2-3s. Because it's effectively just a 2-3. Well, it's a 2-4, but it's gonna trade with that 2-3 in stats. So, and it's just gonna clutter up your board. I mean, the spider is very nice for death rattle decks, because they want everything to have death rattles, so they can activate death rattles and rattle their death all over the place. But, like, a lot of the starter cards you'll get in Hearthstone, and the ones you unlock from the single-player stuff, are more than enough to carry you to decent success, which is nice. Like, Blizzard really did their homework to make that game balanced, which is a welcome change with how a lot of TCGs tend to go. Like, if you were to go and, say, play Yu-Gi-Oh! Playing nothing but base set cards, you'd probably have your butt kicked very quickly, because you've got little to no way to special summon, you've got no good extra deck monsters, your spell and traps will be pretty okay, but you've got spell and traps to support basically nothing. Because you won't have any reliable board presence, because, well, your best monsters will be, like, 1800 beaters. Or if you were to go and try and play Magic the Gathering, like, the abilities from later creatures just synergize too well with each other to ever warrant playing anything that isn't basically brand new. Unless it's incredibly expensive and not in print anymore. Like, even just from the cards I've looked at, there's no reason to play a more or less generic 2-2 for 2, because there are better 2-cost cards with 2-2 that have an ability. Oh hey, probably everybody's favorite theme. It's not mine. I'm not actually a big fan of Sephiroth. Which, once again, I know it's kind of a controversial thing to say. Though I'll admit, his theme is still pretty good, though. I should probably be in the other lane. I mean, nothing against the other, like, card games. Like, I still like Yu-Gi-Oh! I want to like Magic the Gathering. It's just, well, I can't see a reason to, honestly. The developers haven't exactly done a great job of selling me their game. Like, Wizards hasn't. Like, the last pack of Magic the Gathering cards I bought, all of the cards bent. Like, why would I invest more money into this? If the cards are just gonna bend and become unplayable, it's just a waste of money. Especially when I could basically buy 1.5 packs of Yu-Gi-Oh cards for the same cost, and they won't bend. It's more economical to just play Yu-Gi-Oh! Man trucks. I love man trucks. Okay. Where do you need it? That might not be awful. I'm gonna try for it. Okay. I mean, it'd be easier if that other trailer wasn't there, but... all else fails, I can always just skip it at no penalty, so... see if I can actually do this. I'm actually lining this up okay. Now it's going way off. Oh, geez. I think I can still do this, though. I'm gonna have it right next to where they want it. Yeah, this is not working out well. I'ma just skip. Let's get a bit of extra distance. Well, that's a short trip. We'll unlock a new town. Yeah, I'll take a short trip. Yeah, I suppose another thing that, like, keeps me from playing, like, Magic the Gathering. Ooh, this also has a decent horn. Daff. Okay, I'm gonna keep them in mind. So I have a Volvo on my personal save. I don't want to get a Volvo this time. I want to go with a different company. I might go with Daff. They have good horns. Oh, that is nice. That is a nice turn signal. Like, another thing that's kind of keeping me from getting into it is just... there's no real, like, archetypes that I like in Magic. Welcome back, Anissa. It's okay. I've just been rambling about card games, so, you know, nothing new. Ooh, this truck has a little GPS. Ooh. I mean, that's not in a very helpful position, but I like it. I like this truck. I want this truck. Like, I think when it comes to, like, card games, I like ones that have archetypes. Rather than just, like, how Magic the Gathering has it, of like, well, if you have an angel, the other angel cards probably work with that angel. Or, you know, if it's, I don't know, an elf. The elf cards work with that. It's not really an archetype, it's just type support. I'd rather have, you know, stuff like Yu-Gi-Oh! With, like, gimmick puppets. Which is an entire archetype of nothing but cards called gimmick puppets. That are just creepy mechanical dolls that are machine types, so they get bonus from machine type support, while also having their own support, and they're just creepy dolls, and I like creepy dolls. I'm weird, but, you know. Also, I should be in this lane. Hello, Beast Mode. I should do another Yu-Gi-Oh! Stream at some point, too. There's so many streams I should do. Because I think I've come up with a decent enough strategy for gimmick puppets to make them work. I'm doing pretty good. That just happened. This truck does not turn well. I was also going kind of fast, though. Come on, bus. There you go. I don't have Mario Maker 2, so I can't do Mario Maker 2 as a stream. I have been considering trying to find a way to set up SmibX. Because I can do that. That's easy enough to do. But... well, I say easy enough. It's going to be decently complicated to set up, because the level maker and the game itself are two separate windows. I mean, I'd probably fail at your levels, if I'm honest. I am terrible at platformers. That is honestly my biggest worry, though, just thinking on it, if I were to get Mario Maker 2. I don't want to end up critiquing someone's level in such a, like, while playing it in such a way that it makes them feel bad. Is it delayed? It shouldn't be. Huh. Restream chat did just have an update. That might have something to do with it. Unless you're talking on, like, YouTube's end. Entirely. In which case, I have no clue. It's YouTube. That's probably why. I did not realize the chat was delayed. At least delayed any more than normal. And I think I need to stay in this lane. So I was going to switch back over, but I'm pretty sure I need to stay in this lane. But like, I'm terrible at platformers, but I also know what makes a good platforming level. Because I have studied a fair bit of game design. I just can't play platformers to save my life. AI isn't here, Woomy and Vimo, so I don't think there's anyone that could translate for you. It would be helpful if you would just speak in English. Fair enough. Though for whatever reason, I'm apparently pretty good at troll levels. Like, one of my older brothers had me playing Cat Mario a while back. And, I actually did rather well at it. I nearly beat Cat Mario. I think that's what it was called anyway. It was basically like a Kaizo-esque fan game. And yet I can barely do anything in, like, actual Mario games. Honestly, how you make good troll levels is basically subvert expectations. Like, the best example I could give is... Like, I don't know if it's possible with Mario Maker 2. But, like, say you hit a block, and instead of anything positive happening, it kills you. Like, that's how you make a good troll level. The expectation is you'll get something from hitting the block. What actually happened was you ended up dying because you hit the block. It's why, like, the coin blocks just before jumps. Like pits, kind of thing. Like, that's a pretty standard thing. Is because it subverted the expectation of, you know, you jumped. You expect to jump over the pit, but instead coin block. I mean, enemies popping out wouldn't exactly do it, because that gives your player a chance to react. The best troll levels would not have any chance for the player to react. Once again, a case of, like, instant death upon hitting a block. I'm pretty sure that's not possible in Mario Maker. But... And yeah, like invisible coin blocks just before a jump or something. Or, you know, having a pit that they physically cannot escape because there's, you know, it's all coin blocks along it. Like, you can't jump out because there is nowhere to jump out. And they're leaving them the only option of just jumping into a pit and dying. I think I need to be on the other side of the road. Or at least I should be on the other side of the road. I believe I need to make a turn right here. Oh no, I'm a bit early. Well, I'm on the wrong side of the road. GPSs are hard. Yeah, no. Let's play it safe. There's not enough room for me to park a trailer in here. That's remarkably dark. Woomy. Still remarkably dark. I'm just gonna skip this. You can actually play other people's levels in Super Mario Bros. X. You can make and share levels. There's an online thing. There isn't multiplayer, but actually I think there even is local multiplayer to it. I don't remember. Someone's probably modded it, because that's kind of a thing with Super Mario Bros. X, is just you can just do whatever you want. If you can program it, you can do it. So Cardiff is somewhere new. Not as far as I know, but someone's probably working on it. A Detective Eevee would not be anywhere near as effective as a Detective Pikachu. Oh, this is a terrible truck. Terrible truck. 3 out of 10. How do I get out of this place? You don't need to know programming to make a level in SMIB-X either. You can just make much more complex levels if you do. Like, legitimately, the standard level maker for Super Mario Bros. X may as well just be Mario Maker, but with more options. Yeah, it is PC only. Whoop, I didn't even... I looked and there weren't vehicles, and then I look back and there are vehicles. Wait. That's what I get for looking at the chat. I still have yet to see Detective Pikachu. Yeah, Super Mario Bros. X is free. It is a free fan program. Which is why I like it. Yeah, it can run on just about everything. I know I've had some fun with it. It comes with, a couple built-in, like, full-out games. Because that's another thing you can do with Super Mario Bros. X. Is you can just outright make full fan games in it. You have to download it. I should have my lights on. There we go. Like, if you crash into somebody? There's no, like, vehicle deformation, but some silly stuff can happen. If I get the opportunity, I'll show it, because I'm at a comfortable-ish amount of money. Though I wouldn't be surprised if the devs want to add vehicle deformation at some point. I do know as your truck gets more damaged, it does progressively go horrible for you. Like if you drive horribly on purpose, you get a lot of fines and run out of money very fast. I need to actually have something to crash into. Which will probably take getting back to residential roads. Because as it stands, you know... I'm not fast enough to crash into anything. Well, I might be fast enough to hit that truck. Yeah, let's see if I can hit that truck. Yeah, you kind of need money to eventually buy your own truck. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be able to hit this guy. Let's see if I can knock him off to the side. And that is basically what happens. Wrong button. Yeah. It's kind of more fun to hit the cars because they don't so much ragdoll, but they do have more of a light physics to them. What can you use money on? Buying your own truck and buying workers and in general, you know, doing things to help you make more money. The truck I'm driving right now is not mine. I'm basically... At this point in the game, I'm basically just a driver for hire. I'm just taking company trucks and using those. Via quick jobs. So yes, I just crashed a company's truck into another company's truck. It's fine. It'll come out of my pay. But, you know. No, rain stopped. I had just noticed the rain had stopped. Actually, yeah, I should pull over, because that truck's pulling out. Wait, why is it pulling out? You cannot. I kind of wish you could. I would have stolen the truck I was driving a couple jobs ago. In-game, yes, I get paid. Real life, no. In real life, I am but a jobless loser. I mean, I kind of had the goal for this stream of trying to get my first truck, which I could probably just get now if I took out like a bank loan, but you know, I will by the end of this job try and hit a car at decent speed. Cows! That person's carrying cows. I say person, that AI. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I am bad at this. Alright, Woomy. Have a good night. Wait, no, I don't want that one. Or do I? Yes? Yes, okay. The GPS can be hard to read sometimes. Excuse me. I do really think I should do another Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro stream at some point. 'Cause I just like Yu-Gi-Oh! Don't even know why I like it. It's not a great game. I would pass, but I can't really see what's coming, so it looks like I'm just gonna be going this guy's speed, which appears to be 47-ish. I'll go 45. Hello, AI. Welcome to Europe. Unless you're already in Europe. Oh, jeez. Welcome to my bad driving as well. Come on, other truck. You can go faster than this. You can easily drive this road at 50. There's no need for this. Well, I mean, truck might not be able to. This one probably couldn't, but I mean, faster! Hear my Morse code horn. If I could remember Morse code, I would just tap out go faster. That car is very impatient. Oop. I have not heard of it before. Oh geez, I'm entering into a passing zone. Darn it, truck! Go faster. Now there's a car coming the other way. Oh, it's a police car too. Good. No, no passing. Come on, you. It's going under 45. Significantly under. It's better. I'll stop. I like Final Fantasy music. I might have to look that up later. Maybe. There we go. You know, it just occurred to me, I've mentioned multiple times that I made a new gimmick puppet deck for Yu-Gi-Oh! But I haven't exactly mentioned how I've made it, or like what I even changed about it. I basically made it a masked hero gimmick puppets. Which kind of works. So welcome back, Beast Mode. I mean, I say kind of works, because gimmick puppets themselves don't really work. But that means I can afford to make them less consistent because they're already inconsistent. I don't lose anything by making them more inconsistent. I almost hit that. I probably should have because Beast Mode's back. I have not because my Joy-Cons are kind of crap. So I just don't play Smash. I want to play it, but I'm one of these scrubs that relies on up for jumping. It's just how I've always played Smash. I literally cannot play it any other way. So with my up not working well, huh. It does sound kind of neat. I was gonna say decently neat, but kind of neat is, you know. I don't even know how Piranha Plant is. I have Piranha Plant, but I didn't play online much, and I main Sheik, so I didn't really touch Piranha Plant. I mean, I got him because he was free. I kind of wish they would have done that with all of their DLC characters. Like, if you get them soon enough, you get them free. But if you come late to the party, then you have to pay. Like, that would have been nice. Because I don't... I know I was over this before, but, like, I don't like DLC, like, just singular characters for a game. Especially when it's, like, $8 or so per character. That's just a rip-off. It did not cost them that much money to warrant it being basically the cost of a small game for one character. I mean, I understand devs need to eat, but at the same time, they probably shouldn't be trying to rip people off either. Oh, I can just keep going because the things are coming up. See, that I'm assuming is probably in American currency. Like US dollar. I'm working on Canadian dollar, which is vastly different than American dollar. Because I could swear they were 8 for me anyway. Or like $30 for the pass. See, here's how I look at it. For that, say, $25, you could have bought a whole new game. But those 5 characters are not giving you a new game's worth of content. Like, that's how I tend to look at DLC in general, is what I'm paying for worth it comparing it to just buying a new game? Which is why, like, say when it comes to, say, Borderlands 2, I didn't buy any of the DLC. I have it all now because once they released during the winter sale and their whole big package of it being like $2. Yeah, I'll take that. But I'm not paying like $300 for all of it. It's just not gonna happen. True, I get that, but they could easily have just sold the characters for like $1 or $2 each, and I'd be much more okay with that than them being $6 each. Like, if the Hero Pass itself was like $6 to $8, or each character being $1 to $2, probably closer to the $2 end of things, I would be vastly more okay with it. Because, I mean, you've already paid full price for the game in the first place, in general. See, that's why I kind of evaluate DLC on a case-to-case basis. If there was something like, say, if they added something like that, with like, let's say they added, I don't know, what styles do they even have in the game already? No, I'm going to use this as an example, because this is something that you can do in Super Mario Bros. X. If they added, say, Metroid tile sets, and bosses, and enemies, and charged like $20 for it, yeah, I would probably pay for that. Because that is adding a significant amount of content to the game. Like if they charge $15 to $20 for that. Much like with, say, the Octo expansion with Splatoon. The amount of content added was worth the price. But say if they added in that, or let's say Legend of Zelda 2 tile sets, and the ability to play as Legend of Zelda 2 Link. Even though I think that's already a thing. Yeah, that's basically a rewards program AI. There's a reason why they have a joke about that in some of the Zelda games, like Beetle's shop with his rewards card. I just remember seeing something like that at some point. But like if they did stuff like that, then yeah, that would be worth paying for. But say if Nintendo, say with Mario Maker 2, added like a DLC pack that was like 3 new blocks, and they didn't do anything mechanically different than the blocks that already existed, but charged like $5 for it. No, that is not worth it in the slightest. Because it's basically, well, it's 3 new blocks that do absolutely nothing different. Yeah, if they added in, like, a full, like, Splatoon tile set. Like, they would need to do, like, a full tile set. Give you the ability to actually create something with the DLC that you couldn't have made before. Because, like, as much as I do hate it, I'm not fully against DLC as long as it gives you meaningful content. Also, while I'm here, I may as well show truck dealerships. Oh, I actually don't have I haven't found a daft one yet. But there's Man. So let's visit the Man dealership. Let's go buy a Man. I can't afford one. But yeah, you can buy trucks. This one is 99,000 euros. I have 20,000. They're probably preparing for another update or something. Like, you can take these trucks and be like, hey, I don't want to have this cat. Well, I'm not high enough level, but, you know. You can just add different stuff. Like, oh, I don't want it to come with this transmission. I want this one. I mean, you can change the color. Make it a snowman. Horses. But once again, I don't have the muns for this. I mean, I'm sure it's possible. There are mods for this game, so somebody has probably modded that. Alright, Beast Mode. Oh, the job I was gonna take, I don't think is here anymore. I'll take this job. Another thing I suppose they could be doing, and I'm probably going to need to repeat this when Beast Mode comes back, but another thing they could be doing in Mario Maker is preparing for DLC, because Nintendo seems to have fallen in love with that as of late. Oh, this is a daft truck. I love their horns. I mean, they're not very loud, but they also have really nice turn indicators. I like the sound. It's legitimately a thing I would probably do if I was actually buying one of these trucks in real life. Is I would want to know what the horn sounds like and what the turn indicator sounds like. The turn signal. Like, that's what I care about more than anything else. I think it's pretty neat that they're remaking it. I just hope they actually make enough copies so that they don't just repeat the mistakes of the past. But this is Nintendo. They are notoriously bad for not making enough of anything. So it will be kind of neat to have it, you know, playable. And to have the chance to play it, assuming I can get the money to actually get the game. Because I suppose I can technically play it on, like, Dolphin, like the Wii/GameCube emulator, but there's so much frame loss that it's not exactly playable. Fair enough. I honestly, at this point, I kind of want to play the second game before the first one. Because technically that would mean, you know, if the second game spoils the first game, then technically playing the first game would spoil the second game, because it would spoil the spoiler. Yeah, which means probably by the time I got to the end of the first game, if I played the second one, then immediately played the first one, I'd probably have already forgotten what happens. So, Like, I get the game is really good, but I still don't get why everybody makes such a big deal over that. It's like, oh man, don't play the first game because well, don't play the second game because it'll spoil the first one. It's like, I get it's good, but like, why would you actively want people to not play the game series you enjoy? Like, the best example I could give of games I play would be like me going, oh, don't play Star Ocean the second story before you've played First Departure because spoilers for First Departure. Like, the spoilers are so minor between the two games because they're barely connected. About the only spoiler is that one of the main characters from the second story is the child of one of the main characters from the first game. Like, that's about the only big spoiler between that happens. Well, that would be spoiled by playing the second one first. It's nothing major. But even if it was, like, I still wouldn't do that because I honestly just want more people playing Star Ocean. It's a good RPG series. I think it was one of the first RPGs to have basically like an open battle system instead of it being turn-based. Like, it's an actual action battle system. And it was doing that way back on the SNES. Except the AI scripting dies after like 10 minutes because they didn't expect any battle to last that long. Except boss battles last well past that, and yeah. The SNES copy of the game is very difficult because of this. But it had a PSP remake. SNES version of the first game didn't even come out in North America. Which makes me a bit sad. Because you know it only didn't come out in North America because the developers probably thought the North American gamers were too stupid to handle the game. Though that is just standard. Whoa, why isn't cruise control on? And yeah, I have heard the Xenoblade is incredibly massive. I mean, I could also easily get that impression just from looking at the length of Chugga Conroy's Let's Play of the first Xenoblade Chronicles. Like, that Let's Play is huge. I mean, I know with him, he's gonna be basically 100%ing it, so it's gonna be a bit longer than normal. But, jeez. Though I will note, one of the problems I have been having with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is just the little bit of the first game I have played. The battle system is so much better in the first game. It's so much more active. And actively encourages you to be moving around the enemy. And then the second game, you may as well just stand there and watch the battle happen, because you basically have no input. I mean, you have some, but comparing the games, you have virtually no input in the second game. It may as well just be auto-battling. Hey, blue car? Blue car? Thank you, blue car. But I've also kind of just been spoiled over the years by games like Star Ocean. Like, if an RPG isn't turn-based, like, I expect it to have, like, a full-out action battle system. And when it's kind of a half-and-half type system, I don't like it very much. It doesn't help that Star Ocean: The Second Story was one of the first RPGs I played and beat. So, mostly because when I was a lot younger, I did not have the attention span for turn-based battles. I just didn't. They were too slow. There wasn't enough happening. I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, when I probably still do have it, because it's not like it goes away. But, like, if I have ADD. I wouldn't be surprised. My attention span is not that long. I get distracted very easily. I also get bored of things very easily and very quickly. But I've always just chalked that up to I'm just a very energetic person that is very lazy. Which is the perfect combination. Because you want to do things, but you're also lazy. So you never actually do anything. Like, I've been wanting to, like, go out and bike more or go for walks. Just to get some exercise, because I'm getting kind of overweight. Concerningly so, because most of my pants don't fit anymore. But, I'm lazy, so I just kind of don't. Doesn't help, like, my normal time for going for a walk is about now. Like, at about the time it is now. It's about, like, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. I would normally go for walks now, because it's just more peaceful. But I stream at this point nowadays, so, yeah, doesn't exactly work out. Though I know Earthbound was decently popular streaming. I should ask, for those of you who are here, would any of you be interested in seeing me streaming an RPG? Like, for instance, if I were to stream, like, a Final Fantasy game or something. Do, like, a full series on it, streaming-wise. Because I know there's a lot of RPGs I want to do video series on, but I could also stream, because it's not like I'm gonna be going full-out obsessive on a stream. Like, I'm not gonna be trying to show absolutely everything. Meanwhile, I would be during a video series. So I know one thing I've been wanting to do is play Final Fantasy VI on stream. And like, I know where there are so many like hidden items and secrets in that game. But I also want to do a video series on it where I can actually properly show off all of the hidden items and secrets and... So I don't know. I do also want to, at some point, do a properly, like, edited down, more consumable version of a Chulip Let's Play. Might see about doing that with Robotic at some point. Though I know there are characters in that game that just outright bother her, so... Well, there's one character that bothers her. So I don't know how that would work out. I wouldn't exactly want her being uncomfortable playing a game for like a video series. Might just do that, the kiss of the character that would bother her just without her being there, which wouldn't be terribly hard. Because for reference, she is very much, well, no, I don't want to say what bothers her, because then I know anyone that would want to troll me or her would just start abusing that fact. So, I probably shouldn't mention what bothers her. I'll be the good boyfriend. Unless she herself ends up coming here and, you know, saying it herself. I will not say it. But now that I've said that, everyone's probably curious. This is why I tend to have a... I tend to not talk a whole lot. It's because I tend to be just trying to filter out things I should and shouldn't say. But right now, I'm mostly just trying to fill the dead air with stuff to talk about. I suppose I could go back to talking about the Yu-Gi-Oh deck I built conceptually, basically. I built it in, like, a Master Rule 3 mindset, so it probably won't work in Master Rule 4. But it's basically Gimmick Puppets Dark Law Turbo Edition. The entire deck is basically just a standard Gimmick Puppet deck, with a few less of the generic tech cards that just weren't terribly helpful. And Mask Change 2. Because that card can just be used on any monster. Gimmick Puppets like Graveyard setup. So discarding a card for its cost is actually quite the benefit for gimmick puppets. And Darklaw is just good, and it allows me to cut down on a few of the less than great gimmick puppet monsters. Because, like, it's still fine to run one copy of the one that can special summon itself as long as you only have gimmick puppets in your graveyard. I think it's only machines. But, you know, 2 of them doesn't really work in the Darklaw version, because if Darklaw dies, it's in your graveyard now, and you can no longer special summon the thing. Oh, excuse me. But Darklaw is still just a nice monster to have, given it basically shuts down a lot of decks. Like, if your deck needs the graveyard for any reason, you just lose to Darklaw. Ironically, my build loses to a mirror match. Like, if someone else was running a Darklaw Turbo deck, I would probably just lose to it, because gimmick puppets need the graveyard. They can't really do anything without it. Though I can actually, just thinking on it now, I can think of one big issue that the deck is going to have, and that's the rank up magic I was using is banned. So I'm going to need to try and think of a better rank up magic. Well, not a better one, but a different one, because there wouldn't be a better one, because the one I was using, I think it's called Numeron Force, it recycles itself, which means I don't need to run 3 copies of it. It's still advisable to run 3, but you don't need to run 3, which saves room for like for Allure of Darkness, or Trade-In, or just another level 8 that can special summon itself. So many speed cameras. They're watching me speed. Bad joke is bad. Should actually see about discovering that mystery place. I probably could. World map. There we go. So straight through the roundabout. Because this might be a truck dealership, which is nice. It also might be something completely useless to me. Because I really want to find a DAF truck dealership. Because I kind of want one of these trucks. This is a garage, isn't it? Oh no, it's a recruitment agency. Yeah, this is something completely useless to me. I mean, a garage also would have been kind of completely useless to me. But I think those are all just on the map to begin with. I just like the horn on this thing. And the turn signal. They're both nice. Every time I keep mentioning Yu-Gi-Oh, though, I just keep getting reminded that probably, I think there's only like 1 or 2 of my viewers that actually, of you guys basically, that actually knows of Yu-Gi-Oh or plays Yu-Gi-Oh. So everything I'm saying is probably just going completely just nowhere kind of thing. Okay, where am I going? I'm turning in here. Let's play it safe. So I'm pretty sure I could do this, because I think I've done this one before, but... There we go. I'm still a newbie. Let's high value cargo. Another email. We can help you grow. Yes, bank, I know. Oh, I can take out 500,000. Yeah, I'd rather not. I'd be paying that back forever. Right? No, I don't want to be using... that is to somewhere new. I haven't gotten to London yet. It's not the worst paying job. I might honestly just take out a bank loan to buy my first truck. Because I'd only need, like... After this job, I'd need, like, 70,000-ish. But I want to find a better truck dealership first. Because I don't know about the trucks I've discovered. Ooh, this one has good horn. Good turn signals. What company is this? SRS, I think? Okay. I don't think I've discovered any of those truck dealerships either. I was slightly worried there for a second that I was about to smash the nose of the truck into that. I have been playing American Truck Simulator way too much. These European trucks may not be as fuel efficient, but they are definitely much easier to drive. Sorry, blue car, but I'm coming out. So, can I just say, when it does come to Yu-Gi-Oh, I am kind of annoyed by how Konami does their ban lists. Because, like, on my channel, you will find a video of what I've called non-reincarnating Trickstars. It's basically Trickstars without their trap card, Trickstar Reincarnation. Because I don't like that card. I don't like what it does for the game. So I built a Trickstar deck that didn't use it. Didn't work very well because I'm not that skilled at deck building. Plus, I had literally only put about a day into building the deck. It could definitely be a lot better. But it worked off of just how good and consistent Trickstars are. Like, their Trickstar Light Stage is just a good consistency card. But because it was being used in an Orcrist combo, Konami limited Trickstar Light Stage, basically killing my deck. instead of hitting the problem cards like Nightmare Mermaid. Like, if they would have just banned Nightmare Mermaid, the Orcrist combo dies. And Orcrist decks have to actually go back to playing Orcrist monsters. Imagine that! Instead of just the Orcrist extra deck monster. But no, they hit light stage so that so Orcrist can't use Trickstar as an engine for their combo anymore. It's like, okay, but why? It's the same as like hitting Terraforming and Metaverse instead of Mystic Mine, when Mystic Mine is the reason they're hitting those cards. It's like, what? Why? Just hit Mystic Mine. Or, you know, just tell the players to suck it up. Start running spell and trap removal in their decks. I mean, that's the general response you're given by these same players when anyone complains about, you know, how just oppressively broken a lot of their decks are. Like, well, let's just use the Orcrist deck for an example. That deck is probably going to have 2 or 3 negates on field on turn 1. Unless you can manage to stop them. And that basically means you can't really play the game. And most Orcrist players' response will be, oh, we'll just run hand traps. What if my deck doesn't have room for hand traps? What if my deck is already absurdly tight and just does not have room for that stuff? Because that's the case with, like, my Gimmick Puppet deck. They would hurt the consistency of my deck to run hand traps. But apparently that's just fine, but having to run, like, Twin Twisters or MST isn't. Or they could even just do what I've done to counteract Mystic Mine and run the field spell Closed Forest in decks that already ran field spells, meaning you'd already have field spell searching cards like Terraforming and Metaverse. Because for those who play Yu-Gi-Oh! But also, you know, don't know what Closed Forest does, it basically prevents you from playing field spells. And Mystic Mine is a field spell that shuts down monster effects. So if you can get Closed Forest out before your opponent can do anything, you shut off their ability to play Mystic Mine. And then they generally quit because their deck doesn't work anymore. Their deck needs that field spell, and you've just shut it off. And you only even need to play 1 copy of Closed Forest. And also, for the viewers who are here, because I do see the view counter, I see you there. I see viewers. None of you are chatting. I am just kind of rambling about stuff, because no one is chatting. I have nothing to interact with. And I just tend to ramble anyway. But it's, you know. For any of you who might be new here, I normally play games like Splatoon, but I'm trying to, like, once or twice a month just play a truck simulator, just so I can kind of sit and chat with people. This is my version of a just chilling stream. I am also a colossal nerd, as you might expect. Which is why I've been rambling about Yu-Gi-Oh! For probably the past 20 minutes. It's probably closer to 15, actually. Aside from the fact that I want to make my own TCG at some point. Like, I want to make a TCG along the lines of Hearthstone that, like, with the balance of Hearthstone anyway, that plays like Yu-Gi-Oh! So it's a faster-paced TCG, but isn't just immensely broken. Because I don't like how a lot of the big popular card games basically use their resource system as the balancing factor. Like, if you look at Magic the Gathering, the fact that everything has a resource cost is partially why everything is so balanced, even though things aren't really balanced. They basically just use that to pad out the length of the game. When instead they could have just designed a game that had cards for the ideal play length. Like with Yu-Gi-Oh!, if you go back and look at the original, like, packaging, generally it would just, the estimate was about half an hour to play a match. Which is about what they do for tournaments. You have half an hour to play a match, which is 3 games. Like 3 matches in total, well, 3 games in total. That is a match. Well, a match is best 2 out of 3, but it's assumably 3 games. And if you look at original Yu-Gi-Oh!, like with the original cards, it actually took a little longer than that, because the game was so slow. Nowadays, it takes maybe 5 minutes to play each game, so it's about 15 minutes for a match. Because everything is just sped up so much due to power creep. I'd honestly like to make a TCG where it plays like Yu-Gi-Oh! So it can still be a decently fast game without needing to, like, artificially inflate or deflate the playtime with resource costs. Even though for a while I was actually toying with a resource cost. Because it does make it a whole lot easier. Like, it is so much easier to design a card game with resource costs than it is one without resource costs. But I'd like to make one that just... that won't fall victim to power creep. Because that is a big problem a lot of card games run into. And as much as it hasn't particularly yet, even Hearthstone will probably run into it at some point, is just power creep is a thing. It's always looming. You've always got to be mindful of it. I should probably be pulling in behind this truck, but I'm just going to try and pull it in front of it. Like, I've even basically thought of how I would even do that. And basically it involves, before I even start making any cards for the game, work out a power curve. And then stick to that power curve. And for every new, for effects, give them basically on the power curve a plus or minus of, to the base power of the card based on what it does. Like, say, in a game styled like Yu-Gi-Oh!, drawing cards is very powerful. So, a card that lets you draw a card would need a drawback. Like, the best example I can give is look at something like Yu-Gi-Oh!, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Allure of Darkness. There is a question mark here. There is a question mark here. That might be car dealership. Well, truck dealership. Yes, car dealership. But no, I don't want that. I want to come this way. No, game. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Except I kind of want to get in there. Yeah, I can work it out as I go. Actually, I don't even need to pull it, 'cause they're going again. Come back, Beast Mode. Come back on me ranting about... Well, not really ranting, but just kind of rambling about the card game I want to make. And I am still slowly working on. It is just a lot of math. Because building a power curve for a card game is very difficult, and the more I work on it, the more I understand why a lot of card games tend to just fall victim to power creep very quickly. And it is because building a power curve is not easy. Alright, Beast Mode. I mean, it's fine if you just want to go to sleep now. Sleep is very important. Power creep. Think of it like, basically it is... It's a term for when things in games get progressively more powerful the longer the game exists. Like, to put it in, say, card game terms, a basic level 4 monster in Yu-Gi-Oh! Back when Yu-Gi-Oh! First started, used to be, you know, a normal monster with, say, 1800 attack and 1200 defense. I think that was the base stat line. Like, that was your standard level 4 monster. Nowadays, your standard level 4 monster has probably 1900 attack, can special it's an effect monster that can special summon itself, or do some other effect that, basically just summons another monster, or in general just has some sort of positive effect to it. Making the original level 4 monsters completely irrelevant. They have been power creeped. I hope I explained that well enough. Oh, this is a Volvo dealership. I don't want a Volvo, though. I suppose an easy way I could describe it is imagine if Splatoon added in a new weapon. Like a completely new weapon type. That we're going to call the Splattershot XL. That had the range of a Splattershot Pro, the damage of a .86, and the fire rate of a Splattershot. That would be power creep in action. Albeit that would be very extreme power creep, but that's basically power creep in action. It's something new being added to a game that makes the older things worthless. Yeah, the .96. You know what I mean. The big point gal. The one with tons of damage. So basically, it would be a Splattershot Pro that 2 shots and fires as fast as a Splattershot. And I suppose I forgot to give it an accuracy, so let's give it the accuracy of the Splash-O-Matic. Because the idea is to make something completely broken. And I think that would be utterly, completely broken. I don't know why that isn't a thing. Grizz, get on this! That should be a Grizzco weapon. That would actually be really cool in Salmon Run. Give it like a stupid high ink consumption. So like it fires perfectly straight with no deviation to accuracy, with a guaranteed 2-hit kill at the fire rate of a splatter shot. That would be cool in Salmon Run. But like give it like a 1/8, no, not 1/8, 1/16 ink tank ink cost. That way you're only going to get 16 shots per ink tank, but they're going to wreck things when you do. I wonder, what dealerships have I found? None that I'm looking for. Boo. I suppose I don't even know what man trucks sound like. Let's see if I can find one. What is that? Skyana. DAF! That's what I'm looking for, is a DAF dealership. I think they should add the Grizzco weapons to private battles, but have them be optional so you can turn them on or off. Yeah, I'll do this job. Let's see what a Scanna sounds like. I mean, it wouldn't really be balanced. All of the Grizzco weapons would basically one-shot. The Grizz Bucket especially. Like, that would just clear a lane. You just swing it and everybody dies. Okay, this isn't a bad horn. Oh, that turn signal, though. It's not very good. These aren't bad, though. If I can find a dealership for these. Oh, that's a lot of... Okay. This thing has pretty good acceleration. Fair enough. They would have to, like, if they were to add, like, the Grizz Bucket, they would have to reduce its range. Or else it would just be utterly broken, because you could just use it from relative safety. Like, another thing they'd probably have to do to keep them balanced is not give them a sub or a special. Have them just be the weapon. Well, I mean, it could apply, just not have it be worth using. Like, say, have it, you know, save a bit of the ink tank, but it'll never save the full ink tank, so it wouldn't be worth carrying anyway. I'd say the thing to not have apply would be ink recovery speed. Because that would actually increase the fire rate. Wait, I just noticed something. Yeah, the mirrors are off the screen. Though they're on the screen enough, I suppose. Maybe. Yeah, I suppose they're there enough. It's kind of usable. Though I would need to do this. I need both. Yeah, you wouldn't exactly want them to have great rate of fires. Well, rates of fire. But yeah, that right there would also be a pretty good example of power creep. Of if they were to add the Grizz weapons to the standard weapon rotation. Like, those would become the meta weapons really fast. Even if they did have all the limitations that, like, we've both come up with, they would probably still be the meta. There'd be almost no arguing that. Should I have my blinker on for that? I don't see why I would. The bus just did. It's weird. 'Cause it's not like I could go anywhere else. I'm just following the road. I wouldn't even call that a turn, really. It'd be like turning my blinker on for this curve. Like, I'm going this curve. I can't go any other way, but I'm going this curve. Oh, jeez. Why are you all so slow? And also, Beast Noix, you probably missed me saying it. Why they might have had an update for Mario Maker without actually adding or removing anything? There's a chance they might actually be preparing it for DLC, because Nintendo has kind of fallen in love with that as of late. They love their DLC. And usually before a release of any DLC, a game will update. Just basically to prepare everything for it. I honestly like the Grizzco bucket the best. Especially because it just makes Glowfly waves a joke. It's like, just get everyone in one spot and just let the Grizz bucket do its thing. All everyone else has to do is survive and collect eggs. I mean, yeah, that is rather nice. I do like how much it turfs. And that is one of the big weaknesses of the Grizz bucket. Is just, it doesn't turf very well. But it can take care of flyfish like they're nothing. It can take care of a lot of the bosses like they're nothing. Because piercing damage. I still really wish that YouTube had a tag, well, I say tag, like a game, like a select, like, I don't even know what to call it. A thing for the game category for Super Kirby Clash, because I kind of wanted to play it today for the stream. But I don't want to just select a game that it's not. Like, that's not it as the game. Because I want people that are looking for Kirby Clash to actually find the stream. That's kind of the point of tagging a game. It's like people who are looking for Euro Truck Simulator have a chance of finding my stream. And they probably have. And they're probably like, what is this guy rambling about? Yu-Gi-Oh? What are these? Is that a children's card game? Whoa. Sorry, car. I mean, yeah, I don't know why it's... I guess the only reason why it's called Umbrella is because of how it fires, where it has the very much shotgun style of firing. I do honestly wish it did have some sort of shield, because every other weapon is basically a super version of that weapon. Like, not giving it the shield does make it kind of feel like, you know, it's not really the super version of Umbrella. It'd be kind of like if they took the Grizz Sniper and gave it the range of, like, a Bamboozler instead of the range of a Splattershot. It doesn't feel like a souped-up Splattershot anymore. I think it had the range of yeah, a souped-up Splattershot. Souped-up Sniper. Splat Charger. Yeah, if it had the Tentabrella's shield without having to fire it off, that would be neat. Like, imagine if it could fire while having, like, a Tenta shield up. That would be cool. It'd be broken, but it'd be cool. Wait, I need to be in this middle lane. I'm going to Birmingham, I think. The arrows are telling me to pull out, so I'm either going to Birmingham or Cardiff. I forget which. Yeah, that would be... Like, that's what they should have done with it. Like, it's Salmon Run. It shouldn't be fair and balanced. Give us super-powered weapons. Like... Oh man, that would be cool. If it had a, I don't know if you've ever played TF2 Beast Mode, but in Team Fortress 2's co-op mode, Man vs. Machine, you can buy upgrades for whatever weapon you enter with. So imagine Salmon Run, but you can choose, like, a weapon before going in, and buy upgrades for it as you play. So, like, instead of having, like, Grizz weapons, you instead just have the ability to, say, use your orange eggs to purchase, like, say, a fire rate upgrade for whatever weapon you've chosen. Or a damage upgrade, or, you know, buy upgrades for your Inkling themselves. See, if all the weapons were overpowered, then all they'd have to do is make the enemies more challenging. Or just add in more bosses so that it's just completely overwhelming. But I mean, do it like an upgrade system would make the fact that the orange eggs drop actually mean something. Because as it is, they really don't mean anything. They're just kind of there. They're just kind of there. Yeah, it's fine. I will be streaming tomorrow, unless something comes up. I'll probably be doing either Splatoon, or I'm thinking of maybe doing Pokemon Showdown, which is an online Pokemon battling resource. Or maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. I don't fully know yet. I'll decide by tomorrow. I'm good at this whole streaming thing. You sleep. Have a good night. I'll definitely announce what I'm streaming on the Discord before I stream, maybe. Or as I'm going live. That's what I normally do. In this lane. Now I'm probably just gonna keep rambling about card games and such. This is kind of why I like streaming. It just gives me ability to ramble. I mean, I ramble anyway, so I mean, the fact I can actually be doing something semi-productive while rambling, like, that's just a win-win. Job agencies. What is it with all these recruitment agencies? Gotta love the Chocobo theme. Even remixes of Chocobo theme is still good Chocobo theme. Okay, I failed last time I tried one of these. Let's see if I can do it this time. Probably not. I'm gonna try again anyway. I mean, I could probably try and use, like, the tracks on the ground as a indicator. Where's the fun in that? I mean, I am probably going to try doing something similar to what they did. I can do this. Maybe. Almost got it. Okay. Oh, come on. That's basically right where you want it. Eh. Wrong way. I might just have to skip this. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip it. I'm not good at backing up. I mean, I don't know anyone that would be good at backing up. Let's see. It's not the worst. If I borrowed 100k, I could buy a truck. And I would have about 30 days-ish of money still remaining. I know Volvo have good horns. I think Man did too. I wonder what's in Manchester. Yeah, let's take another job out of Manchester. I'm gonna see if I can find like a quick job out of Manchester. Maybe one to Liverpool. That would be handy. Nope. These are all decently long. This would take me to a new town, though. Grimsby. I don't think there's a dealership in Grimsby, though. I'll take the job anyway. What is this truck? Mercedes-Benz. Oh, that's the thing I was calling SNS. Okay. So Mercedes has good horns. Unless I'm not... Unless I was actually in a different... I don't know trucks very well. Copper roof gutters. Okay, yeah. This is a good truck. So if I can find like one of these, I can just free drive to this. I know roughly how to get to the dealership. Yeah, the default camera view is also pretty nice for it. You can see all the mirrors. Wait, this place had a question mark for a dealership. Oh, it's probably over here. This is a recruitment agency. I don't like those. They're so pointless for me, because I know, like, if you recruit people, you can basically just... You just start making passive income. But... I kind of like playing the game, and the more people you have recruited, the less you actually have to play the game. Like, I know after a while, like, your workers will start bringing in more money than you could ever need or want. Like... It's like, why would I want this? High frame loss. Well, more lag spike. Still technically frame loss, though. What is this dealership gonna be? Oh, that... okay. It's in there. So, how am I gonna do this? I'll turn here, and then if I can, I'm gonna turn up into the Triet Road and come back around. Yeah, I think that's the best thing to do. I need in there. Yeah, okay. What I was gonna do is exactly what the game is telling me to do. I can road! It's the point where, like, if this was like in real life, the people that hired me would be like, "Where is he going? Does he even know where he's going? We gave him a GPS, didn't we?" So I think there is legitimately a GPS in this truck. Oh no, there isn't. Okay, so there isn't a GPS. So that's why I'm lost. They didn't give me a GPS. That's right, you two better turn. What is this dealership? Scana. Okay. I don't remember what their horns and stuff were like. I think they had a good horn but bad turn signals. And fat trucks. If I'm remembering right. Music is so nice. And people wonder why I don't listen to standard music. I just need to gesture at Final Fantasy radio to, you know, explain that. Like, this music is so much better. Well, I wouldn't say it's better. It's different. I like it more. Oh, excuse me. So many trucks. Jeez. They got a great big convoy. I really need to get back to editing tonight, though. So I think after this job, I might actually end it off. In the stream off. Which this job is going to take a while yet, so anyone that's just arriving, don't worry, there's still going to be a decent amount of stream left. Probably another 20 minutes to half an hour. Before I'm even close to finishing this. I suppose this isn't the longest of jobs. I don't know how long this will be. It'll be time. Yeah, I definitely do need to get back to editing. I've been meaning to edit, but every time I end the stream, I get distracted doing something. Most of the times, albeit that is eating, because I tend to eat after I stream. In the attempt to not be all that gassy while streaming, and then I become gassy while streaming, and it's kind of counterproductive. Plus, I just don't have the most amount of time to eat before I stream. Because, I don't know, I might be a little weird on this, but when I only have a certain amount of time a day to talk to, you know, the person I care about most in the world, I kind of don't want to waste that time being off making food. So I'll just tend to not eat until after the stream, because I can't exactly... Well, I probably could still text with Robotic, but I couldn't actually talk with her at that point, because her parents are incredibly paranoid. And any little noise through the night apparently wakes them up. Or at least wakes her father up. Don't know why he's so paranoid, but you know. Especially where apparently at one point in his life he was homeless. With how paranoid, or at least as much of a light sleeper as he is, I don't know how he ever got any sleep being homeless. Because the world does not go completely quiet, ever. Unless you're in an incredibly small town. Sorry, car. I said sorry. And, like, I'm not even worried about mentioning that because, well, if he didn't want me to know it, he shouldn't have ever, you know... He shouldn't say it so much to Robotic. To make her feel bad. Because that's what he does quite often. Now I'm just rambling about her parents, jeez. Her parents do frustrate me, in my defense. They are very much the types of people who should have never had a child in the first place, but did anyway, and they've had 2 of them. Like, even I'm to the point of, like, I myself, I do have in the back of my head of, like, yeah, I would like a kid someday. I know I would not be the best parent, though. I'm way too lenient. I also don't see a point to a lot of common punishments. Like, oh man, let's take away the child's only... you know, entertainment source. Like, say, if they have, like, a console. Let's take that away from them to punish them for doing something that's not to the level of taking away their main entertainment source. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, oh man, they swore, let's take away their game system. Like, that just seems like a massive overreaction to me. Or like what my parents would used to do. It's like, oh man, you broke the rules, so now you're not allowed to go outside anymore. It's like, but you wanted me to go outside more. But now I can't go outside? Okay. Like, even nowadays, like... I've heard my mother go on many times about, oh, kids these days just spend too much time on their phones. Like, yeah, but literally a punishment you used to have for us when we were younger was that we weren't allowed to go outside, leaving us only the option to play with our electronics to keep ourselves entertained. Like... The generation that was brought up with that kind of punishment is now the one with kids. So, yeah, their kids are gonna be much more attracted to electronics, because every time they get punished, they're probably barred from going outside to play. It doesn't help there's really no space outside to play anymore for kids, outside of really small towns. But... oh, White Car's a jerk. Like, even just the town I'm in, which isn't even really that big of a town. Like, we still have trees all over the place. But, like, the house we're in barely has a yard. The house across the road from us has a bit more of a yard, but the kids from that house are still mostly spend their time playing on, like, the sidewalk, because there barely is a yard. Which just becomes an inconvenience for everybody walking by, because now there's kids all over the sidewalk. And the kids' stuff all over the sidewalk. All because the bigger the city, the smaller everyone's yard becomes. The less space, you know, you have to enjoy the outdoors. This is a rather loud song. Oh, I need to be in the middle still anyway. So, another thing that I have also thrown around to the people that, oh man, kids today spend too much time on their phones. Yeah, that is usually, you know, thrown around by older people who also spend the entire time they're at, like, a cafe with their nose in a newspaper. Like, there's no difference except, you know, that kid on their phone is ingesting more than just a singular newspaper. They're ingesting all forms of media, and probably talking with friends who aren't currently there, as well as still talking with the people who are around them. Like, maybe it's just me, but I tend to be decently observant, and I've not seen a group of, you know, teenagers or younger who spend an entire time that they're with their friends, or really any time when they're with their friends, not actually talking with their friends. Sure, they'll be still using their phones, but they're still interacting with their friends. Hell, quite often, just from hearing them go on, they'll be sending each other memes and stuff. Like... but no, apparently that's so bad. It's so bad that kids know how to use technology in this technological world that we are currently a part of. I mean, someone like me who has never really had much in the way of technology, or money for purchasing technology and such, I am at such a huge disadvantage in today's age. Like, it's kind of unreal how little I know about technology in general. Like, it took me a good couple of years to learn how to use the Android phone I was given that as just an Android device, and I don't even really know how to use it as a phone. If I could text someone and someone asked me to text them, I wouldn't know how right now. I don't know how to do it. I've never learned how. I mean, I could probably call them. That's about it. Even then, I still wouldn't even know how to do that on my my current phone because I don't know how to get to the keypad for calling people. Iveco. Okay. I wonder what their horns sound like. That is not my fault, game. Well, it probably was. I kind of started turning a little too early. Like, for a decent reference of like how blind I am when it comes to technology, my computer's graphics card died a few years back. I had to message a friend and ask them what was wrong with my computer, because I had no idea. Thankfully, he had an idea after seeing pictures of what my screen was like, that it was probably the graphics card. Told me to plug all my cords and stuff into the motherboard, and I did not know what he meant. He had to run me through what he meant by that, just, plug things into the other ports. Like, I had no clue. I also had no way of Googling it because my computer had basically stopped working. But, as I mentioned, I'm going to be ending the stream off with this. Oh yeah, I actually get to level up one more time. Let's grab flammable liquids, because that'll let me carry gas. Yeah, I'm going to actually save before I end this. Old Man McGee. Okay, with that, anyone new here who might be watching, I know my view counter says 0, but that doesn't mean there's nobody out there. For anyone new, there is a Discord should you wish to join it. It's linked down in the description on YouTube and in the info on Twitch. With that said, I will be back streaming tomorrow, probably around 11 p.m. Atlantic time or midnight Atlantic time, somewhere in that range. But with all that said, thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I shall see you tomorrow for more streaming. See ya then!